is happening in your locality today?
Yes, welcome to Sunyani and to the offices of the Forestry Commission. This is the regional offices. And the big news is that as part of an ongoing operation to instill discipline into the forestry sector and also protect the forests, which are already endangered from further assault by illegal loggers, this series of exercises has been going on, powered by the national and regional task forces of the Forestry Commission. So if you can see behind me, this is one of the biggest hauls of illegal lumber that has been seized here in the Bono region. You know, there are about 21 trucks filled with chain-sawn lumber that were making their way to various parts of Ghana. And the task force was able to, intercept them, and then all these trucks have been brought here to the regional offices of the Forestry Commission for some processing. Yesterday, they held a press conference which was addressed by the regional boss, Mr. Augustine Jedu, who was accompanied by the Bono Regional Minister, Justina Owusu Banahene. They were, both very clear in their statements that this is a new dawn of action to protect the fast dwindling forest. Once upon a time, the Bono Hafu area had some of Ghana's thickest forests. But as we speak, most of these forests have disappeared as a result of, illegal logging especially, and then also bushfires in the distant past. Although bushfires have reduced, they are still a threat. And so the Forestry Commission is determined that the little forest left have to be, protected. And as we speak, there are about five forest reserves in the region, and all of them are not in pristine condition. Most of them have had the best parts of their economic trees, this already taken out sometimes by illegal loggers. And then another issue that has really led to the demise of our forest reserves is the problem of illegal farming. A lot of farming goes on illegally in our forest reserve. So now the little left, the Forestry Commission is determined to protect it much better. So if you can see in my shot, you can see in the shot here, there are forest guards, forest guards who are armed. Hitherto, most of the forest guards were not armed, but owing to the fact that now the illegal loggers have taken it to the next level, they are very armed, and when they come across the forest guards, they fight them, they kill them, sometimes they attack them, injure some of them. So to clamp down on all this violence, we now have forest guards who are also armed to be able to face the illegal loggers boot for boot. But yesterday, the regional boss revealed that their checks have made it clear that about 11 of the 21 trucks that were seized did not have any documentation at all. They didn't have any permits of any kind. And so that one, it is straightforward. Those involved are going to be taken on by the law, whilst all the lumber has been confiscated. The trucks have also been impounded for now, and the courts might decide they will have to pay fines, which we understand ranges from 1,500 cedis to about 5,000 cedis. So I have an indication that the national task force, which carried out this exercise, the leader is now ready to speak to us. So now we are entering the office and get closer to Mr. Alex Asum, who is the coordinator of the task force, and he will tell us more about what is going to happen after this seizure. Yes, sir. Excuse me. Thank you very much. You are live on GBC News on Realtime. Very happy that you could find a little time to talk to us. So I've been telling Ghanaians about this seizure. I'm describing it as one of the biggest that we've seen in the Bono region. I don't know whether it's true or you confirm that for us. But basically, how did this seizure come about?
Occasionally, Forestry Commission conducts operations across the country with a national timber monitoring team who curb down illegal lumbering, among other forest-related offenses. This is one of such. But this was premised by the happenings in the forest, especially in Palm Safari Reserve, where we have recorded a huge number of illegal felling with clashes with local communities, among other forest stakeholders. And therefore, we thought it wise to intensify our patrols in the Bono region, which has been a transit point to other parts of the country and beyond. So we are here to ensure that people go through the normal process to get permits to operate. Otherwise, you'll be impounded and dealt with.
Okay.
According to the laws of this country.
Okay. So can you give us an idea of the quantity of lumber that we are talking about here?
Current trade operation is ongoing. We have so far seized 21 trucks, and you can see my technical men going through the various process of validating most of them, and we are yet to conclude on the quantity.
Okay.
But we can confirm that 21 trucks have been impounded so far.
We understand that there's those about 11 of those trucks, the lumber in did not have any documentation at all, meaning that they were just straight illegal.
Sure, and those ones have already been confiscated.
Okay.
By court order.
Okay.
Yes.
So what's going to happen to the people involved by way of prosecution and stuff like that?
Yeah, currently we only have the drivers. Those behind it have not yet been identified, but you will soon find them.
Okay.
They can run, but they cannot hide.
Exactly.
Yes.
But what about the trucks and the drivers? What's going to happen to them now?
Just as I told you, the court has ordered that we impound these trucks and do further investigations and also find some of the trucks and then so that they can go. Okay. But subsequently, what we will do is that those that will be impounded from now on, this is going to be a warning. It's a clear sign of warning we are giving out. And those who will be impounded in the near future will be prosecuted. Even this one, we have not relied on our efforts to prosecuting them.
Okay. Okay. So how do we sustain the gains that you have made this last week? I don't know. Are you envisaging more swoops in the forests?
Sure. Such operations will be conducted. So we want to protect our national heritage. The role, the forest is actually more than the timber you see. We are talking of carbon sequestration. Globally, the tropical forest has the potential to sequester almost 1.1 to 1.6 gigatons of carbon. And with the emerging carbon markets, we can harness this to provide alternative livelihood for our people so that the forest will be saved. That's the strategic vision of the Forestry Commission. That's where we want to go now. It's not going to be only the timber, the non-consumptive aspect of forest. The indirect benefits should be harnessed. And so we cannot sit down and watch these forests go down the drain. We are going to sustain these operations now on, and we are talking and warning those out there. Hey, if we get you, the law will deal with you.
Exactly.
Yes.
And in the past, we didn't see your guards armed, but now we can see that they are armed. Tell us a little bit about that.
It tells you how prepared we are. It tells you how prepared and serious we are.
Yeah.
By way of talking, our chief executive has actually fought hard, and government is supporting us, and by the grace of God, we are ready.
Great. So what about the military and the police? I know in the past they used to be part of your task forces. Does that mean they are not going to be there anymore?
They will be part of us, and they are with us.
Okay.
We know very soon they will join us.
Okay.
We are working with the police. You saw them around. Okay. The soldiers will also join in the near future.
Okay. So before you leave us, what is your word to Ghanaians? I mean, what, especially those who like to dabble in illegalities in the forest?
Somebody said, and I quote, and I share in his vision, that the greatest threat to our forest ecosystem is when we believe that somebody else must protect it. It therefore behoves on all of us as Kenyans to come together, all hands on deck, and protect this our national heritage. The issues of global warming, climate change, and stuff. You know what is happening in the East. There are a lot of problems going out there. We don't want that to be on Ghana. Therefore, everybody must come on board.
Okay.
Everybody must come on board so that we protect our resources. I've already indicated that the tropical forest can sequester a lot of carbon. And so the forest is more than the trees.
Yes. But I said there was a last question, but please, forest fringe communities, I'm sure they have a special role to play.
Sure. Forest fringe communities, the people who are sorting the forest are with you. They come to the community to sleep before they enter the forest. We need support from the chiefs, the assembly members, and all stakeholders in forest management and governance. This is where we are, but can we remain here? No. If we work hard, we can curtail this thing and sustain our forest so that the forest will be able to provide for the goods and services that we need now and in future.
Okay. Thank you for your time, Mr. Alex Esum, and more power to your elbows. We just hope that the good Lord provides you with the strength to keep our forest intact and flush out all the illegals.
Thank you.
I'm grateful. Yes, sir. Thank you. Yes, so you heard the coordinator of the task forces that have done this good work. They promise us that it is not the last. It's going to be sustained to ensure that our forests are protected for all the benefits, not just about the trees, but as we heard, the carbon sequestration and all that. So that is Real Time from Sunyani for today. My name is John Samata, and back to you in the studio.
Thank you, John, for that update. That it's been confirmed by the coordinator of the task force that 21 trucks loaded with illegal lumber have been seized by the Forestry Commission. The Forestry Commission embarks on such activities to instill discipline and also protect our greens and also protect that sector. It's been Real Time. I am Rahmatu Mahmoud Jawando. Thanks for your time. See you tomorrow, same time.